Harris from The Athletic joins our show sometimes. MLB Contenders weak spots, the 15 biggest roster holes and what can be done to fill them. He's going off FanGraphs projections for this coming season to split the league into the haves and the have-nots, took the top 15 teams and then the projected spots where they look weakest. Okay, so we're not going to go through all 15. That would take forever, but we had our guys go through the article and pick out one team where they either agree or disagree. AJ, up first.
I went with the Red Sox. I mean, he said the Red Sox need a catcher. They have one. His name's Connor Wong. They got him from the Dodgers, and he was pretty good last year. 13 homers, 280, almost a 2-win player. That's pretty good for a catcher. And they also said they need a shortstop. Well, they have one. His name's Trevor Story, and if he's healthy, he's a great shortstop. So I disagree with this one. I think that the Boston actually needs some reliever help, maybe another starter, but I don't think catcher and shortstop are their biggest needs.
Also, so I'll add to this for you. I went through that portion of the article and what FanGraphs said and then what Eno mentioned. He said if defensive value is of concern to the Sox at the position, perhaps they could go sign Yasmani Grandal to share time with Wong. He's the best framer in free agency, a skill that has hung on even as his bat has aged. I knew this would get him. I read that and I'm just like.
Both the guys did the same thing at the same time, literally. That was awesome.
Do you think Yasmani Grandal makes the Boston Red Sox better right now and he should eat into young Connor Wong's playing time? Help me out. AJ?
No. Simple answer, no.
Why?
Because he's just not that guy anymore.
Okay, thank you.
It might have been at one time, but I mean, the Dodgers got rid of him. The Brewers got rid of him. The White Sox got rid of him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's not that guy anymore. I mean, if he's going to, I don't know. That's it. He's just not that guy anymore.
Yeah,
Connor Wong needs to play every day.
Wasn't the name I expected to see in there. See, Cam, I knew.
Come
I
on,
get them a little excited. Yeah. No, that's not the name. I know that the catcher market's a little thin, but that wasn't the name.
I mean, if they would have went and got, what was the Higgy? Higashioka? Okay.
Yeah.
I could have seen that one. Like, I could have totally seen that one. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Grandal is the answer. I don't know. But I mean, I know this Grandal might frame a lot of pitches, but there's a lot of pitches that go the backstop too because he doesn't catch them.
Right. Very fair. And the one other part of this, and then we'll go to the next team. So they did trade away Kyle Teal, who could have been part of a shared mix at some point this coming season, but they needed that to get Crochet.
Crochet is a bigger need. They look at Connor Wong and say, he's pretty good. We can get Crochet, who we really need, and see what happens with Kyle Teal.
Yeah. Also, the infield situation still could develop. They still could get a Bregman to play second. They also, I mean, I know that doesn't help shortstop. They also might get Marcelo Meyer at some point this season.
But if Trevor Story's healthy, guess what? Trevor Story's playing shortstop.
Yeah. But in fairness, he has not stayed on the field. He played 20-something games last year. So I get it. Okay. Next up. Cam, let's pick one of your teams. So you want to go – let's go KC first, just because we haven't talked about the Royals in a minute.
We haven't, and we talked about them, early in the segment, not making too many moves after last year having an outstanding season, adding some veteran leadership. Bobby Witt was, pretty much unconscious throughout the year. They had some young arms step up and guys like Reagans who showed that he can be a front-of-the-line rotation guy. I think center field, I think there's a guy in Chicago who I think he needs desperately to get out of there to be around some type of winning atmosphere, some type of atmosphere that really is trying to win now. And they also have young pieces around him that will motivate him. And I think Luis Roberts, again, I think his deal is a deal where, when you start talking about prospects and then you start looking at what he has been able to do when he is actually healthy on the field, I think his athleticism paired with Bobby Witt would be something dynamic. And I think that would be a great fit for those guys.
Mm-hmm. So Jonathan India, could spend some time out there, or Michael Massey. They could push some guys in the outfield like an MJ Melendez who's been up and down out there. But overall, I mean, AJ, when you look at KC's outfield in the playoffs last year, you're like, damn, they needed one more bat to really.
That's always the thing with a lot of these.
Yeah, Cleveland too, right? That's how these teams are with an outfielder.
Yeah. A lot of these central teams, though, they need a bat, right? The Tigers, you could say they need a bat, right? The Royals, they needed a bat. The Guardians, they needed another bat. The Twins, they needed another bat. The White Sox, they needed 9 other bats.
Yeah.
Right?
They all could use Anthony Santander.
Yeah, but none of them are going to sign him.
Boom.
Because he's too expensive.
Yeah, he's too expensive. He's not, but he is.
Right.
I mean, on a 1 year deal, I don't understand. If you could get him for a short term deal with opt outs, go for it. He's not going to go to KC because he wants to hit homers, and the KC's not the place to hit homers.
True. It would have to be a long-term deal if he's going there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good call. Kratz, where's your gripe?
He had said about the Phillies needing outfield defense. They have it. Brandon Marsh, his defense went up from the year before because they shifted him to left field. He was playing more center field in 23, and they shifted him to left when the other elite defender, Johan Rojas, who just in the Dominican Republic won the Gold Glove, had no idea they were actually giving that out in the Dominican Republic. But for Winter League, he won the Gold Glove. So you sit there and you go, you have two elite defenders. I get it. Nick Castellanos is playing right field. You can always upgrade there, but you're not going to find better defenders who are also giving you that offense. I think you want somebody to play in place of Johan Rojas that will give you offense. I think that's where they got Max Kepler. I think it gives them an opportunity to shift Marsh when they're facing a righty, because Marsh, I think, had 43 or 45 at-bats against lefties. So he's clearly a platoon, but his offense is already there. So I'm not sure what Eno was looking at here, but to me, they need to solidify a position, and they were really close on the Tucker deal, and that would have pushed maybe a little bit more poor defense to left field, because Nick probably would have then gone and played left field unless they traded him in that deal.
This one's getting heavily debated, so I'm curious to see how Kepler does. Like, I think it's either going to really work or not. So the analytics crowd is saying how he hasn't played left field and they don't feel like he's adding that much of a win boost. And I'm like, oh no, that bat in Philadelphia, I think, could play up. And in an offense like that, don't you think if he stays on the field, he might be a really good role player, no pressure situation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it could work out pretty well for him. And he's a good defender. Kepler's fine.
Yeah, he's
okay.
Like, oh, he hasn't played left field. How do we think Max Kepler's going to do going from right to left field?
Schwarber.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's not the worst outfielder.
I mean, and you got, and again, just
he's not the
just
worst
in the
outfielder.
division, he's gonna, and just in the division, he'll be okay. Philly left field, okay. Atlanta left field, okay. Mets left field, okay. Like, there's not like a bunch of room he'll have to roam in that division anyway.